One of the biggest questions we often get about correct score trading on Betfair is just what is the ladder system? You might have heard it mentioned, you might have seen it mentioned, but you might not be 100% sure exactly what it is. So in this video, we're going to go over exactly what the ladder system is. Go grab a nice cold beer or a Heineken Zero and let's get into it. So the idea behind the ladder system, it's more of a trading concept or technique rather than a specific system or strategy. But the idea is you will pick out a cluster of correct scores with those scores being connected to each other, kind of like what you're seeing on the screen right now, which will allow you to ladder up as each goal goes in. So laddering up, meaning you're going to lay off the profit on certain scores as you pass through them, which is going to put more profit on the next score up the ladder. And in the most ideal match, you're going to end up maximizing the profit on the scores in the upper half of the ladder and typically late on in the match. And you might hit the jackpot hitting a late target score, which has got all the profit sitting on it. Okay, that's the ideal scenario, which is not always going to play out, as we know. But the best part, and you've probably seen it in the videos, is that as we lay off each score, it puts more profit on our green scores, but it also lowers the liability on our red scores. So if we ever fall off the ladder, like with an unexpected goal to the underdog that puts us on a dead score, or if the match just suddenly goes goal crazy, we've at least mitigated the loss that we're going to take. Or maybe even we're just going to break even on the trade. Remember, losses are unavoidable and they are inevitable. You have to accept that there will be losses. The best thing to do is to try and minimize any losses that you do take when you have to take them. But anyway, the main idea behind minimizing your loss is that it's going to allow you another chance to trade another match and to maybe hit that perfect ladder. The perfect ladder being something like we lay off the 0-0, we put more profit on the 1-0, it hits 1-0, we lay that off to put even more profit on the 2-0, and so on and so on, and we hit a late winner, which gives us a pretty big win in relevance to our stake. So anyway, you're seeing this technique in most of the correct score trades that you do see on this channel. We also teach it to our members in our members only courses in much more detail. But we're going to get into some real life demonstrations right now on the correct score market, and you're going to get an idea and see the laddering system with your very own eyes in some of these trades. Anyway, let's get into that right now. But before we do, we'd really love it if you could just hit the like button to support the channel. But also, if you like this subject, you like videos like this, and you want to see more videos like this, hit the like button. The YouTube algorithm will reward you with more videos just like this. So anyway, let's dive into it now. Some correct score trading action taken from the Betfair exchange. We're going to trade the correct score market in this Spanish Copa del Rey match with Burgos against Valencia. Valencia here just above evens. So we're going to turn to the football trading genie to give us a target score formula to use on this match to open the trade. So we just press correct score trading strategy. It's crunching all the numbers. It's crunching obviously the XG, recent correct scores, goal timings, and it's coming up obviously in favour. Plan A is on Valencia, which and then Plan B is covering the draw, some sort of protection. So we've got 1-0, 2-0, 2-1 and 3-2 in favour of Valencia, and the 1-1 as a sort of plan B. So anyway, let's get set up. So we got set up here, and what you can see is that I've actually gone a little bit against the genie on this one. So I've gone for the 1-0, 2-0, 1-1 and 2-1, but instead of the 3-2, I've gone for the 3-1 in favour of Valencia. It just makes a little bit more sense to me. And of course, you're free to do that. Okay, the genie is obviously making suggestions. You don't have to blindly follow it, and in this case it just makes a little bit more sense to me. Now anyway, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Will I regret going against the genie suggestion on this one? We will see. It's just about to kick off from the Spanish Copa del Rey, Burgos against Valencia. So we're about 23 minutes in on this one, and Valencia took an early lead around the 10th minute. So we're on that 0-1 score, and obviously with so much time left on the match, we've got to anticipate that there's going to be more goals scored. So we will lay this down to 0 and see where that takes us. Actually, yeah, just put it in 20. Just keep it simple. So yeah, we're going to lay it down to practically 0, which puts more green on the green scores, but it also just lowers the risk on this trade overall. 1 goal in the first half with the type of target score formula we've covered here. 1 goal in the first half is fine, but 2 goals in the first half would be a little bit annoying, especially if it goes on to the 2-0. We don't have much after that with regards to the 3-0. So anyway, we're taking some early action on this one. We're laying off the 1-0 score, 1-0 to Valencia, and let's see what happens next. So we just reached half time, and it's still the 1-0 to Valencia. So we're in a good position because we're on 1-0. The next 2 possible score lines, and as I said, when you're trading the correct score market, it's like a game of chess. You've always got to think 1 or 2 moves ahead, and our next possible scores are pretty good. Okay, the 0-2 and the 1-1. If it goes to 1-1, we're still strong with the 1-2 and the 1-3 after that. But anyway, have a quick look at this data. And so we've plugged in these XG numbers, and it's a pretty low XG, isn't it? Right? Projected match result, draw. I mean, we have had a goal in the real match, but that's clearly outperforming the XG. So, I mean, based on this, there's no point getting any further liability into the market. We're going to let it run. We're going to remain on the 0-1. Let's see what that next goal does for us, if we even get the next goal. Based on this XG, we might not get one at all. So let's see what happens though. It's 1-0 to Valencia at half time. We're not going to take any action. Let's see what happens in the second half. Well, we did get another goal, and we got it fairly early into the second half, which is both good news and bad news for us. It means that pretty much, I mean, we're probably going to have to take the profit now because we don't have 3-0 covered to Valencia. So let's just lock it in and take it. So like I said, it's good news and bad news. If we're going to hit that 2-0 score and we want to try and lock in the majority of that £107 of green, we'd prefer to hit that 2-0 later on in the match. As it is, we've hit it early, so we'll take a profit, just not the type of profit we were initially looking for. But anyway, yeah, you can't argue with a profit, so we'll get it locked in. There are other options we could have potentially taken, was to again remove all the green from that 0-2 and try and look for Burgos to try and get a goal in this one, because we did obviously have 2-1 and 3-1. However, look, you saw the data at half time. This is probably as good as it's going to get. We're not going to take some sort of wild chance to try and increase our profit. Just take the profit and move on. Okay, simple as that. So Burgos 0, Valencia 2. It's a pretty straightforward, pretty uneventful trade, to be honest, but these are the types of correct score trades which pay the bills ultimately. So anyway, Burgos 0, Valencia 2. We're out on the 52nd minute. So we've got this match from German Bundesliga 2 that we're going to be trading. It's Dresden against Furth, and as you can see, Dresden are a favourite. We're going to trade the correct score market, so we're going to turn to the AI and the football trading Genie to give us a target score formula to follow on this one. It's going to crunch all the numbers, it's going to tell us what it's expecting, and it does say expecting a narrow home win, probably around a 2-1 result. But of course, as traders, we're going to cover scores around that, and the plan A covers 1-0, 2-0, 2-1. Plan B is covering draws 1-1 and 2-2. So anyway, let's get set up, and looks like I got set up in a nick of time. Okay, it's just kicked off. So anyway, we've got the scores covered, as you can see, the 1-0, 1-1, 2-0, 2-1 and the 2-2. Okay, so everything is set and ready to go, and yep, that's it. So it's going to be interesting. We'll give you more updates in play. We're just reached half time here. It's Dresden 1, Furth 0, with Dresden taking the lead on the 35th minute. So we're on a green score at half time. We've got all our scores still alive, so that's probably one of the best positions you can be in, to be on a green score with all your scores still alive. So we're in a strong position on this one. So you might think, well, look there, we could just lock in the profits. Well, when you're in a strong position, that's when you need to try and maximize your profits. So anyway, we are expecting more goals in the second half. So what we will do is we will lay off all the green on the 1-0 and put that down to 0 basically, and that will put us in a position. You can see it's putting more green on the other green scores, and it's putting less red on the red scores. So it's a strong move to make. If this does remain 1-0, it just means we break even, but we've got the next 2 possible scores with a little bit more green now, and then depending on the goal timings, we can trade from there when the next goal goes in. So it's all dependent
on if and when that next goal is scored. So let's give you more updates in the second half. But half-time, so far so good. It's Dresden 1, Furth 0. 52 minutes, we just hit 2-0 to Dresden. So the decision to obviously lay off that 1-0 was the correct one. We've now lost the 1-1. We're on the 2-0, which is interesting. So we're on a 2-0. We've got a fair amount of green on that. The cash out is only offering us around 27.50 at the moment if we wanted to lock it in. Keep in mind we don't have 3-0 covered also. But anyway, what we will do is we're going to just start to try and lower the overall liability on this trade once again. So we'll lay off some of the green on the 2-0. Ideally for us, if Furth can get on the score sheet, that would be quite good for us. So I'm going to try and lay this off. I might have to just move it so we can get taken in this clip. Well, actually, we'll let it run. But anyway, what that will do is it will just lower the overall risk on this trade down to £50. Obviously, a third goal for Dresden at this stage, then the trade would be dead, but we're not going to be losing our full stake or anything like that. We're going to let time decay do its job, and then we will check in a little bit later on. But ideally, if we can get on a 2-1, then that's our most ideal scenario, or it just remains 2-0 for a bit longer. Let's see what happens. 52 minutes on the clock. It's Dresden 2, Furth 0. So we're at the 78th minute of this one, heading into the final 10 minutes. The price on 2-0's gone below even, so I took the liberty to lay off our final risk once it hit evens, just so there's no more risk in the market, because obviously another goal to Dresden, we were exposed on the 3-0, and as it stands, I mean, Furth don't look like they're going to score, but we do have better green on the 2-1 and the 2-2. So as it stands, we're just happy to just let this run. Okay, we'll let this run on the 2-0. If it remains 2-0, we collect £61. Another goal to Dresden would obviously put us to break even, but we're really trying to position ourselves for a 2-1. A 2-1 to Dresden would be what really makes the money for us. So anyway, that's the position headed into the final stages. Let's see what happens. It's 2-0 to Dresden. So here we are, 92nd minute, and it looks like this is just going to finish as a 2-0 win for Dresden. So pretty straightforward. Obviously, that was one of our target scores. We didn't have the 3-0 covered, but you saw how we traded it out, and you just saw as the match developed, we're slowly but surely trying to lower our risk and remove the risk and just put ourselves in a position to profit. And you obviously saw the reasons why I left the green on the 2-0. We had nothing on the 3-0, mainly because we were trying to get that goal for Furth, which would have substantially increased our profits. Didn't happen in this one, but we still made a very nice return. Okay, £61. That is it. Very simple, almost boring correct score trade, and this is going to be probably the vast majority of your correct score trades. It's just going to be ones where you collect some profits and you just move on. So anyway, that's the final score. Dresden 2, Furth 0.
So a good couple of examples for you to just check out there. Not quite the perfect ladder, but you did see how it works with, say, laying off the 1-0. You put the 1-0 down to 0. It puts more green on the next possible scores. You hit that. And then obviously you do have the opportunity to go again, depending on what the data is telling you. But in those examples, we just took the profit and then we moved on. But anyway, we're going to get into some more of these. But just to be clear, you might have seen the Football Trading Genie. It's helping us pick out the target score formula. And obviously, it can help you to trade any market, any match, any time on the Betfair exchange. So if you are interested in learning more about this, getting a full demo of it, or just getting it for yourself, scan the QR code that is on the screen, or click the links that are in the description of this video. It's a great bit of kit. It's your own AI-powered football trading assistant, and it's absolutely priceless as a time saver. So as said, look, if you want to learn more, scan the QR code, or there are links in the description for you to check out if you want. Anyway, let's get into more real-life trading demonstrations, and more demonstrations where we're going to use the Football Trading Genie to pick out those target scores, and we're going to trade it. Let's check it out now.
We're going to be trading Liverpool versus Burnley from the Premier League. We're going to trade the correct score market, and we're going to use AI to help us trade it. So anyway, Football Trading Genie, we're going to click on the correct score trading prompt, and it's going to crunch the numbers, and it's going to give us a target score formula, which I can see already. It's favouring Liverpool. No huge surprise. I mean, Liverpool strong favourites for this, and it's favouring a high scoring win in favour of Liverpool. So 3-0, 3-1, 2-0, 2-1, and then the 1-1 as a plan B. So pretty confident in favour of Liverpool. So let's get set up. And so we're all set up on these scores. As you can see, they're all covered, and we've Dutched the scores for an even green amount of £98 on each score. But we're going to be trading it, so it's going to be interesting. We'll give you more updates in play. Just gone half time here. It's Liverpool 1, Burnley 0 at half time. So let's have a look at the correct score market and see how that looks for us now. So overall, could lock in a green. We're in a green situation. Obviously 1-0. Not one of our target scores, but the next two possible scores, 1-1 or 2-0, are target scores. So this is going precisely in the right direction. Ideally, with this sort of target score formula, we would probably, if we were going to choose any sort of score at half time, we'd probably want the 1-0. We'd probably want the 1-0 more than the 2-0. Okay, so what we would look for in the second half is Liverpool to go 2-0 up. Then we're on the green score. Then we will obviously reassess the situation as it stands. But anyway, yep, it's 1-0. We're on a red score, but actually that is all part of the plan. Liverpool 1, Burnley 0. We'll give you more updates in the second half. 66 minutes on the clock. It's a turn up for the books. Burnley have just equalised. Good news is we had the 1-1 covered as part of our plan B. So what we will do, because we want to start to try and lower the risk, and obviously we've still got 2-1 and 3-1 in favour of the Liverpool win, and we're still kind of expecting that Liverpool win, bit of a setback for them. So we will go down to pretty much 0 on the 1-1. I will do that, and one of the reasons for that also is because we've got nothing on the Burnley side at all, do we? So another Burnley goal, if it went 2-1 to Burnley, would absolutely well, it would kill the trade, actually. Yep, it would completely kill it. We wouldn't have any further target scores. So we've got to keep that in mind also. So anyway, we're now in a situation where we're on that 1-1. That's pretty much close to a scratch trade if it remains 1-1. If Burnley do score, yeah, we'll be facing a £55 loss. We'll take that on the chin. At least we've minimised that loss. But probability-wise, we've got 2-1, and then we've also got 3-1 covered. So we're still on track, really. Liverpool 1, Burnley 1, 66 minutes. So we're in time added on this one, and it's looking like it's just going to finish Liverpool 1, Burnley 1. So a bit of a surprise, bit of a turn up for the book on this one. Liverpool were a very short price on this one. Let's have just for curiosity's sake, let's just remind us of the price, the starting price on Liverpool. So yeah, around 1.25. So yeah, a few people going to be a little bit upset by this one, but anyway, the great thing with the correct score market is that even though we were effectively backing Liverpool with our target score formula, we did incorporate the plan B, which the football trading Genie gave us, and the 1-1 was part of the plan B. In this case, we've had to use the plan B to end up on a break-even scenario. So anyway, no harm done. We will end up with a scratch trade on this one and then just move on to the next. But that's one of the big benefits of trading the correct score market. As said, even when you do get it wrong, there's still a good chance where you can get a scratch trade, get a break even, sometimes even profit. So anyway, we're out on this one. Probably the final score: Liverpool 1, Burnley 1. So we're going to use AI to help us trade this match between Watford and Millwall from the English Championship, and we're going to be trading the correct score market also. So one of the most complex markets to trade, one of the most advanced markets to trade. We're going to be using the football trading Genie to give us a target score formula. It is as simple as just clicking on that correct score trading strategy, and it's going to crunch all the numbers. And interestingly, I can already see this is going to be interesting. It's going in favour of the underdog on this one. Okay, so always makes me a little bit nervous, but at the end of the day, it's the AI that's crunched the numbers. Maybe it's seen a mistake in the market or something like that. But yeah, it's gone in favour of Millwall. So anyway, let's get set up on this one. So we're all set up. Watford against Millwall. We've gone on these scores in favour of Millwall, slightly in favour. I mean, we've still got a Watford win covered on the 2-1. You've still got a 1-1 covered as part of the plan B also, but the scores in favour of Millwall: 2-0, the 2-1 and the 3-1. So very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Not something I would have picked out myself. So it's going to be, as I said, interesting to see how this one develops. Watford against Millwall just about to kick off. We'll give you more updates in play. Half time in this one: Watford 0, Millwall 0. So We remember to hit on any of our target scores, we're going to need 2 goals in the second half. So it's time. This is the time to be aggressive, and we're going to get our full stake in the market, laying off this 0-0. Keep in mind, we enter the correct score trades with half our stake. Ideally, we don't have to put more of our stake into the market if everything goes to plan. But if we end up in situations like this, that's when we get our full stake into the market and we try and be aggressive. So by doing this, any goal is going to lower the overall liability on the trade, and then we'll reassess the position at that particular point. But we've still got some good green if we can catch it. It's obviously looking less likely with a 0-0 at half time, but 2 goals in the second half. If it is a 2-0 to Millwall scenario or a 1-1, that would put us in the green. Anyway, let's see what happens in the second half. We've just had the opening goal in this one, and it has gone to Millwall. So the football trading Genie did lead us down the path of favouring the underdog in this one, Millwall, which we've done. So we're on a 0-1, but of course we still need another goal to get on the green score. You've got a few different options at this stage, but with 20 minutes left and it's been a pretty tight match so far, we're just going to leave it. Okay, we're just going to leave the green, oh sorry, not the green, we're going to leave the red on the 1-0 and just kind of take it on the chin if it does remain 1-0. But we are positioned nicely if there is another goal. Okay, green score on the 1-1 if Watford equalise. Bigger green on the 2-0 to Millwall. Okay, so not sure what happened there. Anyway, maybe Betfair's about to melt down on us. Anyway, that is the situation. Watford 0, Millwall 1. Let's see what happens with the 20 minutes that we have left on the clock. 81 minutes on the clock, and Millwall have just doubled the lead. So we will start to lay off some of this. And let me just do this now. Let me just lay off some of this and get this secured, because 3-0 to Millwall actually isn't covered. I guess, well, 3-0 to Millwall was a pretty big long shot at the start, wasn't it? But anyway, now we're here. We're on this 0-2. Remember, though, we still got big green on that 2-1 and also that 3-1. So when you're trading the correct score market, you always want to put yourself in a position where that next goal is going to improve your situation. So I will lay off the 0-2 even more, and that would leave us in a situation of 164 profit on the 0-2. If it does go to the 0-3, which wasn't one of our original target scores, we would level up 273 profit, and the big jackpot would be if Watford can pull one back to make it 2-1. If Watford pull one back, make it 2-1, and then Millwall score again, yeah, we've got 4 figures of profit sitting on those scores. So anyway, very nice call from the football trading Genie with this one to lead us down the path of covering Millwall. With this, it's working out nicely. We're now in a position where we know we're going to profit. It's just a matter of by how much. Watford 0, Millwall 2 on 83 minutes. We're in the late stages now, and it looks like that's probably going to be the final score. Watford 0, Millwall 2, which was one of our target scores right at the start of this. And yeah, I mean, I did doubt it. I'm a little bit nervous and typically wouldn't really go against the home favourite. But anyway, the football trading Genie has come up with it. We've covered the 2-0 to Millwall, and it's a comfortable Millwall 2-0 win. So not sure how it did that, but anyway, you saw how the trade played out. Very, very tight until we got the breakthrough on the 68th minute, and then we just waited patiently, landed on the 2-0. We got 165 locked in. We positioned ourselves to leverage up and make a bigger profit if there was another goal. Didn't transpire this time, but 165 profit landed. Final score, Watford 0, Millwall 2.
So that call in the Watford-Millwall match was definitely a good one from the football trading Genie. And if you do want to implement the football trading Genie into your football trading, remember, scan that QR code or click the links in the description of this video in order to learn more or get a demo, or if it's available, you could maybe grab it now and start trading with the football trading Genie today. But that was a very, very good call in that Millwall match. I definitely wouldn't have picked that out myself. I don't even know how the Genie saw that one coming, but anyway, it did, and I will not trade the correct score market without it these days. So anyway, as said, scan the QR code, click the link in the description, and all the information should be there for you. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed checking out this video. And there should be another video, hopefully, on the screen right now. It's only going to be there temporarily, so you got to move fast. You got to click on that video, and then yeah, that's it. Grab a nice cold beer, and we'll see you in the next video.